Well, the vintage class is for pre-54. We picked that year because in 55 we had the small block Chevy. And we didn't really want to include that as a vintage engine. It's kind of a contemporary thing because they built them forever. So we get weird stuff like Packards and old Y block Fords, Lincoln Motors. We even had something called a Mel, which was a Mercury Edsel Lincoln. It's crazy the stuff guys can do with really, really old junk. So I like it a lot. I don't know. I think the thing is there's a certain challenge because there's almost no aftermarket support. So guys have got to be really, really clever and adapt stuff.
331 cubic inch, Y block Ford. It has stock Ford crank that's been offset ground. It has Isky cam lifters. John at C&J Performance did the carburetors for us. They work really good.
So that this particular manifold design, there's not many of them that's been built. 4 manifolds have been built, and there's 2 here at competition on our vintage engines.
Manifold design came about a couple of years ago. We do a dual plane manifold. As more people play with them, this runs good, but we want more and more. It's set up to be a tunnel ram, but on the front you'll see, it has a flange. It could be a fuel injected manifold as well. You try to open ourselves up to more than one market with one piece.
Well, Ted Eaton, he came in here with a Y block Ford, and his goal was really to outdo what Causey did last year when he won the class with the Y block. Eaton did something different. The Y block has a really unusual head layout. It's got stacked ports where the intake port runners are one on top of another instead of side by side like a regular motor. Now, Causey's approach was to just hog everything out of the head and make his own ports. Like I said, you really innovated in this contest. Eaton said, well, you know what? I think Eaton loves Y blocks. So he's like, oh man, the Y block's like the perfect engine. Why would you change that port? So he came in here with the ports stacked like they come from the factory, and he claims to have made more power than Causey, but he had an extra 500 RPM to do it with. I really like the Mel. I mean, think about it. It's a freaking Edsel engine. Nobody built those things for performance. But back in, I think, 59, they actually won the U.S. Nationals. Well, yeah, I think it was 59.
To Texans, Jack Moss in his twin Chevy being taken by Rod Singer on the tower side.
The second year of production, that engine came out in 1958. Some guy,
Rod Singer from Texas,
stuck that thing in a dragster, took it to the U.S. Nationals, and won the event. So that was like the one time a Mel was like the greatest racing engine in the country.
And coming into the tracks is Rod Singer way out in front.
All those engines, they're great. I love this stuff.
It's a 1957 out of a Mark II Continental, which was a custom-built engine by Ford for 2 years in 56 and 57. It was originally 368 cubic inches. It's been bored and stroked a little bit to 383. Completely, internals are all modernized, fully ported heads, adapted intake from another engine series. The valve covers are exclusive to the Continental, and the engine color is the color that came in the car. So it was also used in Lincolns and some Mercurys, but I chose to dress it up as a Continental for this competition.
Royce is brought from RB Engines. This has brought his Continental 383-inch power plant.
That kind of innovation makes it interesting because you never know what to expect.